First, I was like, he's gay. But then I was like, no, because I saw he was in a relationship with Terry. So the three of you...
Vyno was doing whatever he did. He kept telling me that it's like you're giving me hope, but it's not a hope that I can work with type of thing.
Everything is suddenly beginning to make a lot of sense. Aye. You guys, like right now, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Absolute sense. Guys, did you pay attention to that conversation that happened between Sister Mara and Upo? Because if you did, then you know that there were a lot of spills in that little mini closet conversation, and even the conversation they had outside. Like literally, I'm like, Vyno. Seriously, if Vyno did or said the things that Sister Mara claims went down, then this dude literally shot himself. He literally shot himself on the leg. Aye! Guys, I'm literally going to be telling you about this really big reveal that we heard from Sister Mara, you know, about the Vyno thing. You guys, I've literally talked about this before. I've literally talked about the fact that even before this thing became very loud, I literally shared a video talking about the super crush Sister Mara has on Vyno. Guys, you probably want to check that video. You probably want to check it so that you understand the flow of this conversation. If you're new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. In here, we talk about reality shows. I'm going to be giving you the juiciest gist right now. Click on the red subscribe button so that you become a part of this community. And of course, guys, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you always get alerts of my video every time I share new content. With that said, let's get into this conversation already. Now, guys, between Sister Mara and Upo, there was this big reveal that Vyno actually was flirting with Sister Mara. And I mean, at this point, I'm beginning to ask myself, like, when Vyno kept on asking this question of, he doesn't understand why Sister Mara chose him, he doesn't understand why Sister Mara nominated him. I'm like, dude, you were playing with him, you were playing with her. That was why. I mean, it's just very ridiculous to actually look at this guy and say, you don't know why you were nominated. I mean, literally, right now, I think I now understand where Sister Mara is coming from. According to Sister Mara, guys, Sister Mara actually said that Vyno literally was flirting with her, and that he said a lot of things. He made a lot of promises, and the promises was like, I mean, not promises per se, but like gave encouragement. And you know, from all indications, it was very clear that Sister Mara liked Vyno right from the very onset, right? Because if we could flash our minds back to the very first time Vyno walked into the Big Brother house, I mean, Sister Mara was that first person that gave him this very smooth, cute, intimate hug, and we're like, okay, cool, nice vibes, great vibes. And basically, Sister Mara from the conversation was like, you know, if I tell you I like you, you literally owe me nothing, you know. So these are my thoughts, right? My thoughts are in two ways. So maybe Vyno, when he heard that Sister Mara is crushing on him, probably wanted to just play along, or probably is actually really interested in exploring, because according to Sister Mara, he actually expressed himself to Vyno, you know what, I'm crushing on you and all that. And that Vyno was actually, you know, encouraging her by saying, okay, he's ready to do a lot of exploits, he would like to explore a lot of things with him, but that the only stumbling block is Terry in the picture. So according to Sister Mara, this was exactly how Vyno made the picture look like. And one of the interesting things Upo said was that, you know, that she noticed it, that at first she was thinking that Vyno was gay because maybe he's saying hello to Sister Mara, probably greeting, and then he's touching. And you guys know there's something about queer people, right? Like, they're very sensitive with their body, especially when it's the kind of sex that they're interested in, like the kind of gender they're interested in. Like, they get very sensitive with just very little touches. And so I'm just looking at it like, okay, if Vyno really did all this, because we know literally that Vyno was flirting in the house. Vyno flirts like it was a big flirt. Vyno did a lot of stuff with Upo, even though we didn't see so many of it. I saw the kissing part, the blowing kissing part. I even shared that in some of my videos. You guys, if you're still trying to get heads on this Sister Mara and Vyno thing, like, I literally created a special video for this. You guys check the link. Yeah, I shared that video. I mean, even when this thing wasn't very obvious, I shared the fact that the only reason why Sister Mara would actually nominate Vyno, like, is maybe because she has a crush. And looking at when she said she didn't see any of them in the big picture. It probably is that they were jeopardizing her game and she needed to focus. So, like, literally hearing that from Sister Mara, I was like, okay, this is a big confirmation. And then hearing Mpo concord to the fact that yes, that she actually thought that Vyno was gay, and then looking at the fact that the Vyno guy too was also flirting around the bowl, I'm looking at it like, why did this guy come with a confusing game? What's really wrong with this dude? Now, the conversation stretched. Mpo was not asking Vyno, was not asking Sister Mara, what are you going to do about it? Would you tell Terry? And Sister Mara was like, he's been very anxious about this, that he's not sure he's going to be willing to have this conversation with Terry, that Terry is this mature person who tries to place things on the surface. She tries to act like she's okay. She doesn't really have deep conversations with people, and it would be awkward for him to have that conversation with her. But he was like, God willing, that if he gets to top 5, that he would try to make this conversation like a very serious conversation he's going to have with Terry. And guys, when I was looking at this whole conversation, my head was like spinning. Hey. So in my head, I'm like, is this supposed to mean that everything we saw between Vyno and Terry was like actually fake? Was it strategy, or was it a ship? Like, you guys, right now, one of the biggest questions I'm asking in this video is, like, seriously guys, I think it's time for us to start looking at this ship with a little sense. Was it really the Vyno and Terry thing? I mean, should we still see that thing as a ship or a strategy? Because literally hearing this breakdown from Sister Mara, talking about exploring other options. I don't have a problem with people being bisexual and all that, but you guys, looking at the way this guy played his game and the love relationship with Terry, we've been expecting so much from him. And hearing this from Sister Mara, I'm like, hey, dude, hope you're watching and you're seeing how you messed your game on screen. Hope you're watching Vyno, because you literally messed your game if you did these things that Sister Mara and Mpo are actually talking about. And it was just very loud for me. It was very, very loud for me, because Sister Mara, we all know Sister Mara is not really so dumb. Like, she's one of the most smart people in that house. Yes, very sensitive, but very smart at the same time. So literally, I just look at, it's not even possible. Okay, maybe it's possible that she's fabricating. I don't want to believe anybody right now. But seriously, if what Sister Mara said about Vyno is true, then really, I'm looking at the Terry ship like, hey, because now Sister Mara is not the only person that we've seen this flirting part from. We actually, and then flirting with Sister Mara, knowing that she has a crush on you, and then you flirting back with her, is like, hey, you're a big time, all-time player. Flirting with Yoli, maybe we could understand that part. Flirting with Mpo, maybe we could understand that part, that she's very sexy and all that. But flirting with your girlfriend's bestie, I'm like, Vyno, you didn't try at all. You didn't try. You messed your game up big time. And so this conversation, like Sister Mara was just saying that, she felt some type of way. She didn't really know where to stand. Like, it was just like, you're encouraging me, and we're not seeing you. You're not seeing you're promising me to something. Like, he didn't know where to stand. And basically that was just where the conversation was. It was more like, Vyno was just hanging Sister Mara, and he wasn't just comfortable with that. He needed to do something, and probably maybe that was what he nominated, and maybe that's why he's been feeling like, right now I understand why Sister Mara could not just apologize to Terry. Right now I understand why there's this awkward relationship. Right now I'm understanding the fact that Terry is not this very open person. She just likes to place things on the surface. She's not really a deep person. And hearing Sister Mara say that he didn't want to hurt Terry, knowing that she had not been in a relationship for 6 years, this was like a big break. Looking at how the guy was taking the whole thing, moving in with him, talking about baby thing, like, I'm like, if this was a strategy, man, this guys came prepared. If this was a strategy by Vyno, he came in prepared and he executed it. It was hot and it was loud. And at some point I felt very bad. I was like, oh my gosh. And it just looks like the conversations in the house is just going in sync. Because earlier we had actually heard, Terry shared this with Nale, guys. Listen up to what Terry actually shared with Nale.
Nigga, this is all a stunt. I need to prepare myself, because then they're laughing outside like, yeah.
Guys, this is actually Terry saying that she's expecting the worst. Like, she doesn't want to go out of the world right now, and she'll be talking about, I miss him, and maybe people are laughing at her, that maybe it's not worth her time and all that. Like, maybe the relationship is not, like, I don't know what brought Terry to that state of mind, But I mean, that's deep. That's some deep level of thinking, if you ask me. For Terry to even think that deep, I mean, means that she understands what the dynamics around this relationship thing, this game thing. Because really, if Vyno played our girl, man, this is bad news. This is bad news. And I'm just wondering, looking at all the things that Terry, like Vyno did in the house, these things are receipts that when Terry even leaves the show, she's going to see. Hey, so guys, I'm asking it again. I'm asking this question I'm asking this very big question again. We need to start shipping with sense. Like, if we look at this relationship between Terry and Vyno, should we call it strategy or should we call it a ship? Because right now, the only thing I'm thinking about is maybe this guy just came with the strategy of having a ship and probably gaining more fans through their ship, you know, and maybe just lasting to the show till maybe the final and then they rock home with the money. I don't know, but this is what I think. What do you guys think about it? Do you think the Terry and the Vyno ship was a strategy or a ship, a real ship? Let me know in the comment section, guys. There's been a lot of loud conversations. I literally wish I could just share every of this conversation in one video, but you know that's not possible. I'll be back here to give you guys more insights, and definitely, guys, I'm going to be talking about the second ship. Now, guys, Sister Mara didn't stop with the Vyno. Sister Mara actually stretched the conversation and really shared some insights on how Libo has been talking about Bo, how Libo perceives Bo. Like, I'm like, Sister Mara came all ready today. She came all ready to spill some beans, some milk, some honey, some tea, and we're here to sip it all. You guys, I'm here to sip it all. I'll be back here to give you guys the upload. I'll be back here to give you guys the full gist on the flow of the conversations. You guys know how I do it. Thank you for your watch time. I'm going to be seeing you all very, very soon. Very, very soon in another video. Guys, catch you all like very soon.